What's up, YouTube? I'm doing something a bit different than what I normally do. And I'm not sure if I'm going to put this on the podcast channel or not, but it's definitely worth a conversation. I think I've subbed to this channel for a while, and honestly, it was a long time ago when I subbed to this channel. I subbed to this channel, I believe, in high school. When it was, I think it was Black Diaspora News, something along those lines. They would have news about things going on with black people, of course. And I, being a black person, had a lot of common interests in, watching and seeing the news of what's going on in the United States. They've covered news on, people going to jail mistakenly. Anything that's bad that's happened to black people, they've covered it. Well, not anything and everything. They cover as much as, they can cover, but this channel, depending on what they say, because I haven't watched the whole video, I'm pretty sure it's going to be rotten. I want to watch the whole video so you understand that I'm not just like gonna dislike and unsubscribe just off of nothing, even though based off of the title it seems kind of fishy. Anytime you see agenda, it's normally some lame ass fucking weirdo saying something about representation. And as a black person, I think that we need to understand that we're not the only minorities in the United States. There are other minorities, people in that LGBTQ plus group. They are minorities. Latin Americans, they're minorities. Immigrants from Latin America, from South America, from Africa, Asia, hell, Australia, they're like in the minority, right? The only ones that aren't in the minority are white people. Now, this isn't to say that all white people are evil, but there are things such as institutionalized racism. So when somebody from Australia that is an indigenous comes through and they're white, or somebody from Africa comes through and they're white, somebody from Europe comes through and they're most certainly white, then, they have certain advantages that other immigrants don't. We had vans and buses of Mexican immigrants who are seeking asylum in the United States, transported, instead of being sent to the places that they asked to be sent to seek asylum. They wanted to be with their families. They got sent to a place totally different, and they're sending them to different areas in the United States that they think are going to be as racist as them. But that's like a whole nother tangent. The point I'm trying to make is that we need to understand that we're not the only minorities here. As you can see, there's 539 likes, there's 2,641 views. Nobody disliked this video. There's 268K subscribers to this channel. It might be one less after this. It's actually more than likely 100% going to be. But we're going to see. We'll let them speak, and I did not like what I saw already. I only seen 29 seconds, but let's get the video over with.
So you have a mom that was, allowing her 1-year-old to watch, a kids program actually on YouTube. And what she saw come across the screen was very concerning to her as a parent. Let's go ahead and roll that.
My bad. I forgot to change the filter. All right, let's go.
Okay, so I'm sitting here with my son. Disclaimer. I don't have any problem with the LGBT community. I have friends. I love y'all. But
let me say a couple of things. Let's go back to the beginning here. All right, what's he say again?
Roll that. 1-year-old to watch, a kid.
So he said 1-year-old. When do kids start? When do kids gain their what's the word for it? Gain cognitiveness or cognizance, is that the right word, the right term for it? Isn't it at 2 years old or 3 or something like that? Sure, kids pick up things as like, you know, even if they're 1 year old, you know. But I think you have to be 2 or 3 to like really understand like what's going on cartoons, unless it's like saying red is red and, you know, high five or raise your hand or something like that. But I could be mistaken. Anyway, let's go.
Kids her
LGBT community.
Also, I really hate this starting out. This is, for as much as us black people hate when people say, I'm not trying to be racist, or oh, what's the other fucking famous term that they use? I'm not racist, but, you know, and then they say like the most racist thing ever. Like, I have black friends is also another famous one. We hate that. Generally, I would say 98% of us hate that. You know, the other 2% are like heavy Republicans. But I do think that this is like disgusting so far. Let's go ahead and keep going.
I have friends. I love y'all. But here's where I'm upset. I'm sitting here with my 1-year-old son, and we are watching...
This is as far as I got.
Blue's Clues. Anyway, it's on YouTube. And I'm not paying attention, but I'm listening about parade. Okay, cool. I look up on the screen, and it's literally... Y'all. Do y'all see this? Since, like, at this point, it's being forced. Like,
I hate niggas like this. Let me just go ahead and like lay it all out right now, because this is why I said I might unsubscribe, because depending on how my dude acts next, like, it's gonna have to be it. I don't know if he's gonna make fun of her or if he's going to do what, you know. He might have an alternate point. You've seen those in YouTube videos where they say something in the title and in the comments, and sometimes there's like a, oh, I gotcha, I'm not on her side type deal. But this has to stop in black culture, where we're just fucking blissfully unaware of entertainment that might affect our decisions on some things. Entertainment and social awareness. We need to work on those things, because, well, I'm not going to say all of us, because I don't know how many it is. I need to read a study on that, to be honest. But I know enough dudes. Like, I work with 2 dudes. I'm cool with them, you know, but they actually believe that being gay is unnatural. And it's like, bro, this isn't, what is this, 1932? But, you know, yeah, this is this whole section that she's talking about right now on Blue's Clues actually happened a year or 2 ago. This is news right now. This is on TikTok. It might have been more than 2 years ago. Let's do a little field trip. So yeah, it looks like this happened as early as May of last year. No doubt in preparation for the Pride Parade. Now I understand your daughter's 1 year old or however old. I don't remember if it was a daughter or not, but I understand. You might not have seen that, but, you know, it's in the news. It's in the news. It's in, like, if you open up Twitter, if you open up any sort of news, you should see this stuff. And the thing that I don't like is, like, when you bring news up to some black people that have these emotions and feelings towards things like this, they look at you like you're fucking crazy, and they have like the worst excuses. Like, bro, how fucking silly is your life that you don't pay attention to things going on in the world? You know, like, I understand a lot of us, like, we might be struggling, things might be going on, we can't catch everything, but you didn't talk to somebody like a whole year? You feel really strongly about this. I can't believe nobody's brought this up to you. That's one. And number 2, who gives a fuck? You know that, the thing is, kids and people who live and are like in the LGBTQ plus community, they are born that way. They feel how they feel. Nothing is going to indoctrinate a kid into being gay, lesbian. If anything, it might encourage them to be the person that they feel like they are on the inside, and it might encourage them to maybe even experiment, you know. And honestly, that's okay. It's okay if you are curious about, you know, same sex or whatever. You can do that. If you feel like, you know, you're not a boy or you're not a girl and you want to transition, that is something that will gradually happen throughout their life, you know. But let's continue. I'm getting too far ahead of myself.
Since when do we put this stuff in little kids? Like, the decision to be LGBT is not for his age. He doesn't make decisions at that age.
Bitch. All right. So here's the thing. There's plenty of straight propaganda, right? People that are straight are so fucking stupid when it comes to this, because of course they see this their whole life, you know. I told a dude once before, you know, he told me, the same guy I work with, he is a friend, but you know, we're working on, you know, some of the beliefs to be honest. But he said to me, because I told him, like, what's wrong with there being somebody gay in a cartoon? This is a very similar conversation. And what he told me was, he just looked at me like crazy. I'm like, bro, there's straight shit all over the place. You know, what's the difference between being straight and being gay? And that breaks people, that breaks their minds, because, you know, some people have religious beliefs behind it. Other people just don't have anything but, you know, a preconceived notion that you're just automatically supposed to hate it, and that's been passed down from generation to generation. You know, the thing is, there are many people that are gay or feel trans. I think that's the best way to describe it. That feel trans. People since the dawn of time felt this way. And it's not something new that just happened in this generation or the past 3 generations, you know. And not only that, but the thing is, when you look back at like statistics of like how many people were straight or how many people were gay, not all of those people came out, and some of those people led horrible lives, you know. Some of those people got married, lived a loveless marriage, and just died unhappy. You know what I mean? That just happens. But let's hear what she has to say. Sorry.
Y'all can make that decision when you're an adult.
You have to be 18 to fucking make the decision if you want to be gay or not. What a stupid fucking thing to say. I'm embarrassed right now. Like, yeah, you can't be gay in high school. You can't be gay in middle school. You can't be gay in elementary. Like, I 100% knew a fucking dude that was gay when I was in 2nd grade, dude. And I might not have treated that dude the best. And maybe that was because of a preconceived notion that you know, this wasn't right. And it wasn't anything that my mom taught me. It wasn't anything that my dad taught me. My mom and dad heard me say the F word one day, I remember, and they say, stop saying that. You know, this is something that I learned from other kids and nobody in my family. You know what I mean? And after learning, you know, what a gay person was, you know, I was like, oh, so that's what they are. You know, we didn't really like have a word for it. We didn't know what the F word meant. We thought, you know, the F word meant fat. You know what I mean? But, you know, having this type of attitude or behavior towards people is very, it's like socially unaware. You look like a Karen right now. Your hair is blonde and you're just light enough to be a Karen. You know what I mean? Like,
do your thing. Please do your thing. But
You're not
Seriously,
deep, bitch.
I think it's just becoming a little bit too much. Y'all putting it in everything, especially leave kid stuff, kid stuff.
Leave kid stuff, kid stuff. You guys want to see something that I think about to this day? Hold on a second. Okay, so here's Goofy Movie. Listen, when I was a kid, I didn't know what I wanted to do to Roxanne, but I wanted to do something. Hold on a second. They're like putting some fucking music in or something. Yeah, I wanted to do something to Roxanne. Like, yo, why they have her sitting like that? I seen a meme video like a couple months ago, like, yo, pointing out that she has her ass showing in her dress there, like it's a sundress. Oh my god, bro. Like, listen, when we talk about putting stuff, she was about to kiss him too. When we talk about putting images into kids' heads and at a young age, Goofy Movie was like rated G, if I remember correctly. It's like a rated G movie, or maybe even rated PG. You know, even if you're a teenager, you're going to see this, which in her head, you know, you shouldn't see until you're an adult. Look, they about to fucking kiss. Roxanne looking fine. You know what I mean? Like, and you know, all they're doing is talking about the Pride Parade and talking about how there's different families. Like the nuclear family, which is a family of like a man, a woman, like a son and a daughter, if I'm not mistaken. Like, that is something that people really, really, really think is like the world. And honestly, like, it's like people have different families now. There are families with just one mom, a son and a daughter. There are families with two dads and a daughter who is straight. You know, there's all sorts of different families. And like what that type of speech leads to is hate against these families. And what that leads to is you make people feel really bad, which I know a lot of people. One second. I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people feel bad, and I know a lot of people want to say that, you know, they're feeling bad, they're in their feelings, they have a mental illness. They don't have a mental illness. They're living in a society where there's like several fucking people that think they should burn in hell, die, you know, get killed, or go to a doctor and, you know, go into a fucking penitentiary until they're an adult. You know what I mean? They think they should be fucking converted, go to a fucking conversion camp to, you know, get the pray the gay away. And that's insane. And I just wish that people like this could do better, because you're not helping. Because if there was a black person in a cartoon, like in the let's say the fucking 20s, 1890, I don't know when the cartoons first started coming out, in the 30s or 20s, I don't know. Let's say they put a black person in a cartoon and their lips were perfectly proportioned. They had a nice nose, you know, and they look like a normal black person. You know, they look like you fucking dumb bitch. Like, what would you feel like if the tables were turned and, you know, gay people, you can be gay and people might not know. Being black is an immutable characteristic. I know you're black. What would fucking happen if the tables were turned and you can't tell if they're gay? There's no gay propaganda, but there is black propaganda. You know that people hate the fucking Little Mermaid. You know, the Little Mermaid, let's not even get started on that. Like, you're the same bitch that's telling, like, you're the same as those fucking cucks and fucking bitches that are fucking mad at the Little Mermaid because it's featuring starring a beautiful black actress. You know, it's ridiculous. And this is a fucking cartoon.
Just leave it be. Like, it's like at this point y'all trying to force.
It's like the baby's like, stop, you're embarrassing me.
The LGBT onto little babies so that they can grow up. Like, let them make that decision. I will school my son on it. It's not like I'm trying to hide him from that because no.
You are trying to hide him, you stupid bitch. Like, you literally just fucking. And I'm sorry for using the B word so much, but, you know, I have family that is in the LGBTQ plus community, and they're perfectly fine. And I feel like I know someone in the family that's came out recently, and I was just like, man, I really wish you would have told me, and I definitely would have supported you. Not that they need to, it's their business, but I'm just, you know, I just want my people, and I want other people to feel wanted and feel like they could talk to people. You know, this shit is volatile. It doesn't feel like you could talk to people. I remember when I was a kid, I'd never seen like a lot of black characters in movies. You know, the most black people I had seen would have been like what was his name, Kwame and Captain Planet, and the black kid, the two black kids from Magic School Bus. You know, and I watch anime too. They don't have fucking black people in anime. You know,
not at all. But let him make that decision when he's older, not as a kid trying to figure out who he is and learning about himself.
So if he wanted to learn about himself and he found out that he was gay, like that would have ruined you. But if he turned 18, like it would be completely different. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, this is another fucking abusive parent, if you ask me. Yes, this parent is abusive. If that is the case. If that is the case, she's an abusive parent. She won't let the fucking child be what the child wants to be. You know? There are certain things you can protect your children from. Like, of course, like when your son is 16 years old, don't let him, you know, get with anybody that's like fucking 20 years old. You know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? Just anything over his age, of course. But, you know, you don't fucking get to decide how this little kid feels on the inside.
Y'all, I can't, and probably are gonna come. Probably some of y'all gonna come for me in the comments, but that's fine. But I just like, this is just ridiculous.
Now I have to agree with her. 100%.
Oh, here we go. Hold on a second. Yes, sir. I don't even want to make a comment. I'm just gonna post a video. You know what I mean? Like, yes, sir. Get the fuck out of here, man. You're too fucking out of touch. Another thing about black people like this. I know I've used the term socially unaware before in this video, and sorry this is so sloppily put together. I didn't have any notes for this. This is my first time seeing all this. But yo, like I'm sorry, I'm just shocked. I'm just so fucking shocked at what's going on right now. Like, bro, we need to be socially aware of circumstances that are going on within the world. And these people here, like when I say these people, I don't mean all black people. I mean these two in particular, and whoever liked the video. They live in a fucking bubble where all they do is talk to other black people, right? They talk to other black people. They have these fucking boomer ass fucking mindsets where it's like, yeah, that boy ain't right. You know, he's gay. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's how it is. Like, that's actually how it is. They don't want to see this stuff in the cartoons because they're fucking disgusted by it, and they're disgusting people because they live in their head. It is fucking exactly the same fucking time when they were in their prime, and they fucking hate it. They're like, man, I can't believe other people are being happy when they shouldn't be happy. You know, I can't believe people are having are being reaffirmed by a character that's like them. You know. And all of the gay pride is about like acceptance more than anything. And people in the LGBTQ plus community have been discriminated against. You know, discrimination. You know, like what still happens to black people. We still get fucking killed by police officers. We still get pulled over in the daylight more than white people. And, you know, even though there's like we have like a quarter of the population of the white people that's in the United States, and we have half the deaths of police. It's actually fucking disgusting, man. It's actually disgusting. And LGBTQ people, you know, I don't know what their death rate is. A lot of people point out there's a high amount of suicides, but again, it's because motherfuckers like this who don't understand that they need people too. You know, who'd this nigga look up to? Fucking Fred Sanford? I don't know how old he is, but who did he look up to? He had probably Eddie Murphy. I don't know how old he is. Let's say fucking Bill Cosby. Oops. Or Richard Pryor. You know, there's tons of people that you can pull on for like inspiration. You have musicians, etc., etc. There are gay musicians, but I don't know how many of them are like as accepted just for their music or just for like them being them, you know? Like the lead singer of Queen, I'm not sure what his name is. Like, I'm not really into Queen, but, you know, lead singer of Queen evidently was gay. But, you know, I know a lot of people that don't like gay people that still listen to Queen. Even though in Queen, look, in the 80s, they had really feminine looks about them. Rock stars. They did. Queen was one of those groups. But it's funny how the tables turn and people say how the stuff in the media today is just too much. Like, I know people, you know, I never really listened to Prince. You know, it was before my time. I never had anybody in my family just blasting Prince. You know, I'm just gonna like let you know right now. But Prince dressed really feminine, and niggas dress really feminine because of Prince. So it's weird to see how we're here in this day, and it's like, oh, you can't be feminine, you can't be all this. Like, you need to, first of all, you can be feminine and still be straight. You just have to have a lot of confidence in your masculinity. That's just how it is. You know, you can't look at Prince and then, like, you know, judge other motherfuckers for being feminine. And you can't judge people that dress like Prince and are fucking gay, because guess what, dude? They've been doing that shit since before Prince. But anyway, let's continue.
That is a 1-year-old child. Why are they inserting that into children's programming? Why?
Why would they insert black people or Middle Eastern people in the children's programming? Because, you know, I like I said before, white people don't want that shit. Well, not white people. I'm not going to say all white people. There are some white people that don't want fucking colored people in anything. And now you're just trying to punch down on a lower percentage group of people. That's some really Uncle Tom type shit, you know? And wearing a suit doesn't make you any more of like a legitimate nigga. Let me tell you that.
Children do not supposed to be thinking about anything related.
Do not supposed to be thinking about. That sounds like one of my videos. This nigga's supposed to be the news.
To, you know, relations in any way, shape, or form. Kids are supposed to be learning the ABCs, they 1, 2, 3s.
When I was a kid, I learned that on Gullah Gullah Island, on Gullah Gullah Island, which was my show, by the way. Luckily, I had that. I'm glad I fucking had Gullah Gullah Island growing up, and there was other black people like Keenan and Kel and shit. But at Gullah Gullah Island, I learned that there was families, and definitely there was a husband and a wife. Why can't people learn that there can be two husbands, or there can be a guy that dresses like a girl, or a girl that dresses like a guy? Or, you know what I mean? Like, this is so stupid. This is like the dumbest talking point ever, and I fucking hate it.
Supposed to be learning their colors. You know, things like that.
Yeah, they're supposed to be learning their colors, but, you know, people are complaining about colored people in cartoons.
Right? Supposed to be learning, you know, the countries of...
Again, punching down, because there's a significantly lower population that has been counted for in the United States than black people. I think black people, if I'm not mistaken, are like 20-something%. LGBTQ plus might be 20% too. Hold on a second. Let me take a field trip. All right, so I looked, and the amount of LGBTQ plus people as of the 2020 census was 7.1%, and black people, it was 12%. So we're like punching down on a minority just to, what? Who is this for, I wonder?
The world. Supposed to be learning about animals. Supposed to be learning about the different bodies of water, weather, you know, how to be, you know, good people, how to make friends.
You know, I said that, you know, I learned about Gullah Gullah Island and husband and wife and everything, but I neglected to mention that there's a Mr. Salt and Mrs. fucking Pepper on the same goddamn show that are rubby and dubby and kissy on each other, from what I remember. And they had like 3 children.
Like, These are the things that's supposed to be in children's shows, not LGBT or a trans flag being put in it. Let me tell you something. It is not wrong for parents to say, hey, wait a minute, hold on, pump the brakes on this. Because a lot of people are afraid to say that because these people got you so spooked to thinking, oh, well, you.
Okay, so here's the thing. It's morally fucked up. And I would say, yes, it's morally wrong to be that way. Because you're literally just not letting people live. And you're trying to snuff out the existence of some people. If Blue's Clues, I watched Blue's Clues when I was fucking in daycare and preschool, right? So what are those ages? Like up to like 6 years old, 6 or 7 years old. You're just trying to snuff it out early, to be honest, which is like, what the fuck? When is it going to be a good enough time for you? You know, and what makes it so you fucking decide that? That doesn't make any sense. You don't want to have to explain that the very simple thing that some men like men and some women like women. Is that fucking hard? You know?
You must have a hatred for people because of that. No, it's saying that this is not the appropriate age for that. And like you said, when somebody becomes 18 and becomes an adult, and if that's what they choose to,
you shouldn't have to fucking become a full-fledged adult before, like, you turn 18. Some people don't live to see 18, you know. So you basically just want to fucking enchain or like imprison somebody and keep them from feeling the way that they feel their entire fucking, or not entire life, for like most of their young life, so they have like no good memories of enjoying themselves, to be honest. Like, that's fucking ridiculous. Like, you think that a kid's life is you go to fucking school and you go to school, you make grades, and then you fucking get out and then you just decide what you want to be? Like, what the fuck kind of shit is that? That doesn't make any sense. That is such a stupid point. Like, an intelligent person cannot actually think like this. Come on.
They want to do, and that's okay. Whatever. They're an adult now. But these are underage children. And the question should be, why do you feel that you need to keep promoting that to underage children? Or you look at a lot of these pride parades. They're doing the most debauchery and sin at these pride parades.
Debauchery and sin.
Children are there. Or what about this reading with a drag queen thing? Why are you reading the children like that? Why? Well, what's the importance of doing that for the education of children? This is why people say, well, this seems like this is grooming. This is why people are saying.
This nigga is so slow. So he's saying a lot of right-wing talking points, and don't get me wrong, there are a lot of conservative black people out there, but saying that it's grooming is ridiculous, because if that's the term you want to use, then you're grooming kids to be straight when they really don't want to be straight, you know? Me, on the other hand, Roxanne was fine. I still, you know what I'm saying? No, I still love women. But anyway, yeah, so I forgot my fucking, 1 second, phone call. Sorry, I got that phone call and I lost my place. Anyway, yeah, like there's a lot of propaganda on with straight people, you know. But basically, anytime you see that, it's just something natural, is the way I see it. The best way to see it is it's something natural. There are going to be people like this in the world. What you're doing is you're preparing kids to not run into people like that. Even if somebody is gay, that doesn't mean that, you know, it doesn't mean that having a person around them is going to turn them gay. That's stupid. You know, that's like saying, oh man, well, I think if you have a kid around water most of their life, they're gonna grow up and become a fisherman. That's fucking dumb.
Because it doesn't make any kind of sense in the area of raising children, educating children, etc.
Etc.
Nothing this woman said was hateful or bigoted or anything.
It was hateful and bigoted. Like, the bitch literally wants she literally wants shit like that pulled out of children's shows just for her own fucking self-servience, I suppose. She just wants it out because she's afraid it's gonna make her kid gay. Why the fuck are you so afraid? Like, why is that something that you think is going to fucking ruin the entire fucking cosmos? And that's what a lot of people like this act like. It's not going to ruin the world if you fucking find out that your daughter kisses another fucking girl, bro. Like, I promise you.
This is a 1-year-old child. Why are you putting this in here? Why is this even allowed on YouTube to be targeting children? Because why is that allowed? But if you're saying a bunch of cuss words and everything else, that shouldn't be friendly for children.
Well, it's not friendly for children. And here's the thing. There's a difference between learning that men like men, girls like girls, men like girls, girls like men, and sometimes dress like one or the other. There's a difference between that. You're not teaching sexual activities. You're teaching an orientation. You're teaching like what sex is like about other sexes, technically. You know, not necessarily, not that deep. It's not like, you know, you're like the guy came on and was like, oh, you put the penis on another penis, and then sometimes you put them in the assholes. Like, they didn't say anything like that. And that's what these motherfuckers act like they're saying. Like, all it is just a pride parade, man. He act like, you know, there was titties on the TV or something. There's a difference between telling about the existence of people with certain orientations and explaining sexual acts. Saying fuck is a fucking derivative, not derivative. It's fucking derived from, I don't know where it's derived from. I'm trying to sound smart, but like saying the word fuck like means, like, when most people hear fuck, they think of like screwing somebody. You know what I mean? When you hear the word shit, it's kind of wow. You don't say that at a dinner table. It's shit. You know, poop. You know, poop is kind of it's a little goofy way of saying shit. You know what I mean? Damn is like a religious thing, and hell is a religious thing. You know what I mean? You don't want kids saying that because they're what's known as expletives across, you know, like the world. You don't want them saying that, but you know, when I was growing up, when I was a kid, my mom said shit, fuck, damn, hell, goddamn all the time. You know what I mean? And I don't cuss as much as she did when I was like younger, but there was nothing wrong with her, and there was nothing wrong with me. I understood what a cuss word was. She told me not to say it or she was gonna whoop my ass, and I tell you what, buddy, I didn't fucking cuss around her. I do now, away from her though.
And I agree with that. But parents, you know, have to take a stand, and this is why, especially a lot of black men, take big issue with the Democrat Party, because they're on board on pushing this. Remember, the Democrat Party is the ones that run Hollywood, that run TV, etc. To push all.
Okay, so how do you explain Fox News being the #1 fucking news TV news station in the fucking country, maybe even the world, and it's a fucking Republican broadcast?
All these messages out here,
idiot.
There's not one group of people or parents.
He's getting paid to say this.
Saying, hey, please put this in. Listen, not even people who are LGBT are saying you got.
This is like another this is like another thing that this is like a tactic. So he's saying that parents aren't saying to LGBTQ people aren't saying to put black people in, or not black people, LGBTQ people in shows. You know, that isn't like, how the fuck do you even know that 100%? Like, this nigga knows like 2 LGBTQ plus people, and it was like, he asked them the question, and they're probably conservative as well, and they're like, no, I don't think so. Like, Dave Rubin, you don't know who that is, but I guess I could put up some footage of him, but I won't. He's disgusting. He's gay, and he's like, no, it doesn't need to be in shows. Like, you know, of course motherfuckers like that are going to say stuff. You know, on the opposite side, I know some white people who will say, no, I know some black people who hate that Little Mermaid is fucking black, you know, and I know them to be on the Republican side, you know, like, this is fucking stupid. I don't even want to watch the rest of this video at this point because it's just so fucking stupid. I want to skip around.
Have to, by saying, if I see that mess, I'm turning it off. I'm not allowing my children to watch this. start writing emails to these companies and say, hey, listen, I refuse to support you adding this to children's programming. There's a lot of things children need to learn. That's the last thing they need to think about. Period. This is not okay, but like I said, this is why.
What happens if they meet a gay person and they're completely unprepared to like talk to them and they're just like asking very inappropriate questions? Like, you're just not going to educate them on like what a gay person is. Like, they can learn their ABCs, but you won't tell them that, you know, the simple thing that girls might like other girls, boys might like other boys. Like, it's something that they see. Many people don't think about this type of shit until they're like fucking like older outside of like preschool and shit, like outside of elementary school. You know, no, in elementary school, I liked a girl. I remember my first crush was in first grade. You know, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just know I wanted her to be around me and hold my hand. You know, stuff like that. It can start as early as that. You know, I know nobody likes to hear it, as he fucking says. Nobody likes to hear this, but kids have natural feelings towards other kids. It's just going to fucking happen, dude. You know, like I said, I knew a dude in second grade, 100% knew he was gay without even knowing what gay was. And guess what? I met him again in high school. He's gay. You know, that's just how it is. He had no representation, but, you know, it is what it is, I guess.
Like I said, I just can't get down to Democrat Party, period, because they push that. You know.
Well, you know, the Republican Party pushes for redlining and making sure that people like you can't vote in your state because, you know, it's fucking hot as fuck outside and your district is packed. So, like, you have to fucking stand in line all goddamn day just to vote, you fucking coon.
You know, I tell people I'm independent in the way I think, because black people should be independents. Black people should never go in no Republican Party. Black people should not go in no Democrat Party.
Then you're not going to fucking win, clown. That's the thing. People that say that you should go in the middle are fucking stupid, because there is no middle that's going to win. Their ideas are unpopular and they lean to the right anyway. Like the shit he's saying right now, it leans to conservative parties. But you know, he won't be in a conservative party. He's going to fucking, like, if he were to run for president, he would go as a fucking libertarian or some bullshit, and he would never fucking win. People wouldn't even know. He'd be like the Kanye West on the ballot when Trump and Biden were on the ballot. Or was it Hillary and Trump?
No party looks out for black people. We just want to be 100 about that.
You know what? He's kind of right about that. Democrats and Republicans don't look out for black people, at least the ones that are like in the establishments. You know, the corporate Democrats and corporate, well, Republicans in general, all Republicans are not, they don't have black people's interests in mind. I promise to God they don't. But, yeah, there are some Democrats that actually have us like, they have our interests at heart. They don't want racism. They don't want fucking classism. They just want us to have, they want everybody to have good wages, to have health insurance and stuff like that. But if you try and put it under like a microscope on some fucking clown that says he's a Democrat and fucking, you know, actually hates black people, then, you know, I have to like agree with you, like, yeah, Democrats don't care, but if you fucking expand it, there's more than just like 4 Democrats he can name off the top of his head, you know?
Only thing we can go on is whatever party or candidate is going to give us the policies that's going to benefit black people. That's it. We're not looking for, you know, trickery language where it says black and then all of a sudden it's a everybody thing. No, if it's gonna be black, it's gonna be black, black, black. No minority, no nothing. Black. We as a people, you know.
What the fuck did he just say?
Black, black. It's a everybody. We're not looking for, you know, trickery language where it says black and then all of a sudden it's a everybody thing. No, if it's gonna be black, it's gonna be black, black, black. No minority, no nothing. Black. We as a people, you know, especially with these midterms coming up.
Hold on a second. Is he suggesting that we have somebody who purely has nothing but the interests of black people at heart for like a running running fucking God, what's the word for it? As like their policy, like they just fucking have nothing but black people in mind? That's fucking stupid. You're never going to win. We're 12% of the population, you fucking idiot. Like, that's, you know, there's no candidate that's going to run that says, I want this for black people only and nobody else. That's fucking stupid, bro. Like, you're probably not even going to find that in Africa, to be honest.
We have to take that kind of stand. If you're not going to give us any kind of policies, you're going to be injecting things like this into children's, you know, programming, we can't support that. We can't. There's a whole lot of things that children need to learn to be stimulated with, not that. I think that's, you know...
I'm going to end this video before this clown says anything else. I want you to know that black people in the LGBTQ plus community are the most marginalized people on this fucking planet, probably. Or at least in the United States of America. And this is what is killing them. Motherfuckers like this who say, you know, it's not natural. You shouldn't have any inspiration. You shouldn't have any sort of... anything that you could look up to or look back to that solidifies the behavior that you feel on the inside. This is the reason, because motherfuckers like this. And if you want me to be totally honest, the people in the fucking comments definitely are the exact fucking same. Look at this. The agenda is real, folks. Protect the children by any means necessary. Shut the fuck up, man. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? The agenda is real, Mr. I have no fucking profile picture. Peace, blessings, love, brother Phil. Yeah, this Hotep shit. What is this? It's a sin. I wouldn't allow my kid to watch people stealing or killing either. Okay, like nigga, if we go to your house and I see like a copy of Rush Hour, if I see a copy of fucking any black action movie, like anything with fucking Ice Cube in it, basically. Nigga, I'm gonna fucking go off. This was powerful. Listen, black people, how old is this motherfucker? Cause he looks like he's fucking grayed out a little bit. Oh man, she's 1000% right. Here in California, they made it mandatory to teach gay history in elementary school. It's grooming. You are a fucking clown. 4 subscribers. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm ending this now, man. I'll catch you guys when I catch you later.